friends. Good evening. Welcome to a 75-minute EM session. Tonight we're going to be using this wall this evening. So make sure you're close to the wall with your mat right up next against it. And my name is Carlos. This is Morgan, Beginning Morgan, on Instagram, and we're going to relax, take this time to let go of today and prepare ourselves for tomorrow, okay? So just sit up nice and tall against the wall with your legs crossed. Whatever leg you want to have in front is fine. And then close your eyes, let your hands rest somewhere into your legs. Just allow the wall to support you here. First, start by exhaling all the air from your mouth. And take a long, slow inhale through your nose to fill up. A complete open mouth exhale. Let it go. Again, big, slow inhale. Fill your belly, ribs, chest, and throat. Complete open mouth exhale. Send it out. One more like that. Deep breath in, fill up. Full exhale, let it go. Good. Now just continue to breathe deep. Whether you want to seal your lips or not, doesn't make a difference as long as you're taking big inhales and full exhales, full complete breaths. First, we're just going to start by just relaxing the back. So just walk your hands forward and just drop down to the elbows. Maybe if you're open, you can drop down to your forehead. Just let yourself be heavy there. You want to have a little rounding of the spine, so forehead towards the or top of the head on the ground, soft shoulders. And just breathe up and down your spine. Breathe your back. You need to notice what you're feeling there in the spine. At the same time, what are you feeling in the hips? Just a minute here. Settle in. Slow, work yourself back out of your fold. Kick your legs out, shake them for a second, and then switch the leg, crossing the leg, so other leg in front. Sit up nice and tall. Now take an inhale, lengthen up. Whatever foot is forward, as you exhale, turn towards that knee, and then fold over that knee. So whatever shin is forward, you're folding over that leg over the knee. Drop your forehead towards the shin or towards the knee. Maybe it goes ahead of it. And again, just relax. Breathe there. Find that gentle stretch on the outside of the hip and in the obliques. And release. So still more focused on the spine right now, with a little bit of a side stretch. Make sure that you're not letting your opposite glute lift. Keep the glute down. Stay low. Curl your hands all the way over to the other side. So your head goes over the opposite knee. Make whatever adjustments you need, and then fold back into it. Slowly walk back to center. Push yourself up. Sit up tall. Take a full breath in. Lengthen up. Full breath out. Okay, now we're going to add some shoulder and some side bodies. So you're going to take your right arm, lean forward, send the right arm behind you. Try to curl the right arm up the spine as best you can. So middle fingers on the spine, and then sit back up tall, arms against the wall. From there, send your left arm up. Take an inhale. On the exhale, begin to lean to the right. Take your gaze up. Keep reaching out through your left fingertips. Try to draw the right shoulder blade into the wall, the back of the right shoulder to the wall, and then breathe there. Notice if your left sit bone wants to lift, keep that left sit bone down again. Let the left arm be heavy. And let your head drop, right ear towards the right shoulder, but keep the eyes up. The back of the wall is still there to support you. Feel it there, sure. Then drop your chin to your right shoulder and go a little further. Keep breathing into your left side. Use an inhale to come up. Release on the exhale. Slide the right arm out. Shake it out. Felt pretty good. And then we'll switch to the other arm. So lean forward, send your left arm behind your back. Start to curl it up. Then sit up tall. So your palm should be on the wall. Try to get that right left elbow towards the wall with shoulder back. And then send the right arm high, breathe in. As you exhale, drop the right arm over to your left. Look up towards the ceiling. Keep the upper back against the wall and just breathe there. It's okay to let the right elbow bend and the forearm to fall over the head. Let the arm be heavy. Let your chin lower to your left shoulder, and then hang a little heavier into it. And use your inhale to come up. Release the arms. Shake it out. Oh, that's pretty deep. Kick your legs out. I'm sorry, don't kick your legs out. Use your hands. Roll forward onto your knees. Come into tabletop. Spread your fingers wide. As you inhale, just find the cow, belly down, chin up, chest up, look up, shoulders back. Exhale, cat, push away around your curl, squeeze. Again, inhale to the cow, open up. Exhale to cat. One more. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. Good. Come back to neutral. Stand up on your shins. So make sure you got knees under your hips, ankles are long, shins pushing into the ground. Keep your arms up high. Soften the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, thumbs pointing back. Drop your chin to your chest. Push hips forward, tailbone down, and then lift the belly and lift the chest. Arms reach further back. Keep reaching the arms back. Your chin is still towards your chest. Hips more forward, tail more down, and then lift the head up. And look for the wall behind you as you reach for it. You don't have to get there. You're just reaching towards it. But the hips go forward, the tail goes down, finding the back bend. The focus is stretching from top of the knees, up your thighs, up your torso. Keep the shoulders soft, the head heavy, and the arms pulling back. Good. Let your inhale bring you out of it. As you exhale, come back onto your hands. Recross the ankles, sit your butt back to the wall, and then kick your legs out this time. So open nice and wide. And then play with just rocking your legs in and out a couple times. Switch opposites. And just feel it out. Maybe pinch into the hip flexors here. Get a little space in there. Start to roll the inner thighs out. And then find your center. Flex your toes back and keep a little softness in the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Keep the chest up. Exhale, drop the hands. Keep the chest up. Take another inhale, lift, lengthen, shoulders pull back. Exhale, crawl a little further forward. One more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, slide the hands forward and drop. Maybe to the elbows, maybe to the forehead. If you have a block, you need to use the block here for the head or the arms, that's perfectly fine. Do what makes sense. And again, just relax. So obviously you're letting the spine lengthen, but bring a little more focus into the inner thighs and the groin. So toes slightly turning out as the toes flex back a little bit and you feel the inner thighs lengthening. For this one, focus a little bit more on a longer spine. So trying to decrease the rounding and increase the length of the spine. More cycles of breath here. Slowly use your hands, inhale yourself back up. And then butterfly your legs. So soles of the feet come in. Try to bring your heels as close to groin as you can. So really get them in nice and tight. We're not folding on this one. We're going to use our arms to help open up. So get the heels in nice and tight. Make sure you're tight against the wall. Spine is long. And then place the hands to the inside of the knees. And just gently push down as you sit up tall and you breathe. So the weight of the hands, a little pressure there, opening up. Not forcing really hard, but just giving a little bit of help as you stay long and tall in the spine, supported by the wall. Letting the outside of your knees draw closer to the ground, one breath at a time. If it feels better, you can even just rest your forearms to your knees as opposed to using the hands, so the shoulders can be more soft. If you want to add on a mudra, you can connect the index finger and the thumb. Just breathe deep. This is intense frog pose for me.
Intense?
This is as frog pose for me.
Oh,
Adding with a little push.
yeah, my hip flexor. It's real bad.
Yeah. We're getting to the hip flexor next.
It's not as intense as frog. No.
For me, the pushing is really, it is.
I'm using like all of my strength.
Not that good. A few more deep breaths. Slowly release the pressure. Use your hands to bring the knees together. Feet might need to slide forward. Give yourself a little hug. And we're going to come back onto hands and knees. So cross the ankles, rock forward. We're going to loosen into the hip flexor here. We're starting with our right shin against the wall. So right knee, right shin all the way to the wall, so the foot is up the wall. If you're tight here, you might want to bring a block for the right hand here. Swing your left foot forward, so left foot comes around. So you're in like a lunge position.
Alright. Sorry.
That's okay. And then let your hips lean forward, so your butt is falling away from the wall. Make sure you got left ankle, left knee in line. Hands are inside left foot. And then just to loosen, just press the butt back and lean forward. So just press the butt back, lean forward, just creating a little length, a little space, a little relaxation there. One more. Pause forward, roll to the outside of the left foot, use your left hand, press your left knee away. Open up there. Look over your left shoulder, little twist. Good. Come back to center. Push your butt back. Bring your right foot in the left foot in the middle, and crawl that left foot forward. Flex the toes back. Find a half split there. Just a half split. Just for a little bit here. Hug back on the left hamstring. Drop your head down. Press through your hands. You're pushing your butt back and flexing your left toes back. So this is pretty active here. Try to keep your hips close to the wall, your butt close to the wall. Hug back on that left hip. Should be your prop here. You might want it for the next part. Okay, now from here, bend into that left leg, slowly slide the left foot back. So again, it's ankle below the knee. Now, if you might need to have a prop under your right hand, you can bring your left hand to left thigh, and then lift yourself up, and try to get your butt cheeks against the wall. I'm gonna take it higher, if you're tight. You're trying to get all this with the butt to the wall. Push back. Good here.
Hey, yeah.
Good.
Oh.
So from here, the focus is your right quadricep, right hip flexor into the psoas. You're trying to get eventually shoulder blades to the wall. Maybe not if you're on the tighter side of the hip flexor. So just work from there. If you're all the way to the wall, arms can go up if that feels good. And again, the focus is just length through this right leg, from the knee up all the way through your right shoulder. Someone needs one more often.
What?
Someone needs this one more often.
Yeah, clearly.
So in case this is a lot of pressure on your foot behind you, as I said earlier, you can always bunch up a towel or something, some cushion to put behind the foot, so it's not too much pressure on the top of the foot against the wall. A couple more breaths here. This is in my top 3 favorite poses of all time.
Where's my knee?
It's very beneficial. The right knee. So again, just cushion under there. Is it like the pressure?
It feels more like the muscles around the knee
Oh.
there.
Yeah, I mean the stress starts there, so which is way up.
Yeah. And flip it on the other side, I think. It's just this.
Okay, slowly begin to release your way down, or just bring your hands to the ground. Listen close here. So you're gonna drop your right shin all the way to the left, so the outside of the right shin's against the wall. Okay. And then stand up on your right knee, keep your left foot where it is. Get your right hip to the wall. Left arm is inside left leg, and reach your right arm up the wall. So you want your entire right side against the wall. Take an inhale, stretch up there, keeping your hip on the wall. Exhale, begin to lean to your left and reach out your right arm. Find that nice deep side body stretch there. Keep pressing left arm into left leg to help open the chest up as you reach out long through your right fingers. Feel free to let the right arm hang over the head. Just keep leaning into the stretch. Slowly come back up. Just release both hands to the ground in front of you. So I apologize, you're gonna get a nice with my butt. Don't stare. We're gonna get into this left inner thigh. Okay, so you're gonna turn your left toes forward. Begin to slide the left foot out. Notice your right hip. Let it sink away from the wall. Keep the shin on the wall. And then pressing into the outside of your foot. Breathe in the inner thigh. You can drop down to the elbows. You give a gentle press back on the hips. Just get the nice left inner thigh stretch. Breathe in. Good. Should be able to go pretty deep. We already did a decent amount of inner thigh opening, so see how far you can take this, keeping the outside of the foot glued down. And the hips pressing back should help increase a little bit of the sensation. And slowly come back to hands. Start to slide the foot back in, take your time. Bend your knee, come onto your knees. Turn to the front. Have a seat on your shins for a second and just take a moment to reset. Sit up tall, deep breath in. Full breath out. And then slow inhale. Slow exhale. And repeat on the opposite side. So find your tabletop. Now your left shin's gonna go against the wall. Toes are up. Swing the right foot forward. Right ankle and knee stack. Let your hips sink forward so the butt's away from the wall. Hands are down for support. And then just begin to go back and forth. So hips push towards the wall. Hips sink forward. Just loosening there, creating a little space. Pause forward. Roll to the outside of your right foot and push the right knee away. Find some rotation. Look over the right shoulder. Is this happening easy?
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Still tight though.
Yeah. Okay, slowly release that. Bring right foot into the middle. Slide it forward a little bit. Flex the toes back, finding a half split. So press with your hands, drop your head down, hug back on the right hip, and breathe into the right hamstring. Slowly begin to back off. Walk the foot back out. Find that lunge position. And then you're gonna, if you need the block, use the block under your left hand this time or your support. And then rise up. You can take right hand to right knee. And you want to get the hips to the wall. So push back through the hips. Lift up. This side could be tighter or looser. If it's too tight, you can always take the knee a bit away from the wall, make it a little easier if you need. Close that first. Achilles got really tight yesterday. That's when my ankle was so swollen. It just is what it is. From the calf side. Yeah. So I used the massage earlier and a bit, but it's still super tight. So again, you're still trying to work hips to the wall, back to the wall, eventually arms up, but that might not be yet. Few more deep breaths. Is that a trip? I'm just having a hand up there. See, play with the end and see what works better. There we go. more inhale. Full exhale. Bring your hands back down. So now the left foot drops to the right so that your left shin's against the wall. The right leg stays where it is. Rise up. So left hip to the wall, left arm up, left side to the wall, right arm goes inside the right leg. You can use that to push the knee away. Inhale, stretch up, find length. Then exhale, lean into it. Drop the arm. Keep the hip to the wall, but peel everything else away from the wall. Breathe deep into your left side. Yeah, I ain't going that far. Let your inhale bring you back up. On the exhale, lower your hands down. Turn the right toes forward. Start to slide the right foot out. Then let your hips sink away from the wall. Still pressing your shin to the wall. Pressing outside of your right foot. Drop down to the elbows. And press back a little bit through your hips. Breathe there deep into that right inner thigh and groin. Slowly back to hands. Begin to draw the right foot in. Bend the knee. Find a seat on your shins, turning forward. Take a moment again. Slowly breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Slow in. Slow out. Okay, so now we're going to come into Sphinx pose, but with the shins against the wall. So take your time. You're going to lower down. We'll walk one knee back to the wall. Walk the other knee back to the wall. And then lower down to your belly. Take your knees a little wider. Big toes together. And then curl the elbows in and find your Sphinx. So from there, lift the belly up, lift the chest up, roll the shoulders back. Take a breath in, lift your chin up, look up to the sky. As you exhale, chin to your chest, keep the shoulders pulled back. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, down. We're gonna come back to neutral, pause there. If by chance this is too much, you can bring your knees further away from the wall, it'll decrease the intensity. Otherwise, the knees are touching the wall. And then just breathe here, keep lifting through your chest. Try to find length through your lumbar. I'm just playing.
I want to see it. It's better if I
Take a bite.
yeah. Yeah, that
might want to explore taking your knees wider apart and then pushing hips closer into the wall. See how that feels. That's coming back.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. And then if you still need more, you can take the hands wider and straighten the arms. If that's too much, shoulders are high, don't do that. Just stay on the elbows. Morgan can show you, but I can't. Keep breathing in. The knees open wider, but does feel pretty nice. Especially with our inner thighs already opened up pretty good. If the arms are straight, come back to the elbows. Stack your hands, elbows wide, drop forehead to hands. Just take a moment, relax. Okay, slowly come back to your hands. You're gonna bring those knees back in. Start to slide away from the wall until you can bring your knees to the ground and rise back up to tabletop. Okay. Have a seat on your butt. Swing your legs off to either side. Doesn't make a difference. We're gonna get the hip all the way to the wall, and then we're gonna come onto our backs. So hips against the wall. Lower to your spine and take your legs straight up the wall. You want to get your tailbone all the way to the wall. And then legs can be hip width apart and space between the feet. Soften the hips. Let the legs be heavy. Arms out and just take a moment to relax there. Let your entire spine soften into the earth.
What?
That didn't need to go here yet.
Oh, yeah, really done.
I wanted to do, no, we got lots of things ready, so we'll do one more thing on top.
Oh.
It's all good. We can do a similar thing here eventually. We get one to see this one. It's okay. It's really good. It's supposed to be. It's too early and something.
I love it.
Okay, so now we're going to think coming into a frog squat. It's a frog pose. So bend both knees. Take your feet wider. And then keep sliding the heels down. Knees going towards the armpits. And try to have the feet flat to the wall. So you're going to take those heels as low as you can. Ideally trying to get the heels and knees in line with your tailbone staying against the wall if possible. Once you're good there, arms overhead, just relax. This may or may not be very intense for you if you're not that tight hip flexors. It might not be too much, but if it is, you just take it where you can. At your level of intensity.
I feel it. I feel my hip flexors. Like I'm aware of them, but
Nothing crazy.
it doesn't hurt. Going down a little bit. No, it's just they're just
And your tailbone's always at the wall?
what?
Your tailbone's still always at the wall? That's fine. Just focus on that. If you relax it, it's fine. Any more rounds of breath there? Keeping the feet wide. Just slowly slide the heels back up the wall. The feet are still staying wide. Shake it out for a second, let it go. Okay. And now bend both knees with your feet flat, with your heels a bit higher than the knees. Push your feet into the wall. Think bridge pose. So you inhale, lift the hips up as high as you can. Feet might need to go higher so that you can get, ideally, hips over shoulders, knees over hips. So you're kind of more thinking like a shoulder stand. Okay, stay there, breathe in. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way back down, let the spine lower. And then 3 times in the breath. So inhale, lift up all the way. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, now moving into snail, which is plow, so legs like off the wall. Press into your hands. Lift hips and let the feet fall to the ground behind the hip. So if your toes don't touch the mat, hands to lower back for support. If it's too much, just stay with your spine on the ground. If you got the toes of the mat, you want to interlace your hands in front of you, pinch your fingers to the mat. You might need to back out and go back in. If it gets to be too much for a few seconds, that's fine. Three more breaths. Use your hands as brakes. Slowly uncurl the spine back down. Legs at the wall for a second. Just breathe, let it go. Then we're moving into a reclined pigeon or a figure 4 shape. So figure 4, your right ankle over your left thigh. Open the right knee wide. And then you start to bend the left knee and slide the left foot down. Only go as far as you need to get enough sensation. You want to make sure your hips stay on the ground and tailbone stays close to the wall. But if you're really, really tight, you might need to scoot a little away from the wall to get the foot down at all. Just breathe into that right hip. Make sure your inhales are going all the way down to the base of the spine and into that right glute, right hip area. And slowly start to slide the left foot back up the wall. Take the right leg up the wall. We're going to go into a twist. So if you're on the tighter side, you may want to put a block over to your left for the left leg to fall upon. Just the left leg first. Slowly open your left leg out to your left. Let it go as far as you can, as long as the right shoulder stays down. And then bring the right leg to meet the left leg. Eyes stay on the right side. Breathe into the rotation. If you're all the way down, your legs are separate, you can always put a block in between your thighs there for more support so you can relax deeper into it. The more you can simply let go, the more you get. Support is beneficial to these postures. Three more deep breaths. Okay. Chin up. Slowly take the right leg up first. And then the left leg comes up to meet the right. Take a moment to neutralize. Make any adjustments. Now, other side of the figure four, so cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Open the left knee. Start to bend the right knee, sliding the right heel down. But you want to keep your tailbone down. So if you feel your butt lifting up, you might want to scoot slightly away from the wall as the foot comes down so the tail can stay down. I'm so tight on this one.
Yeah.
Can't go anywhere. How it is. And I'm off the wall a bit too. Terrible.
Wow.
Yeah. It's good for me.
Yeah.
Good stretch. Let the arms relax overhead and just breathe. I had meant to do shoelace before we came on our backs to get a little deeper into this first. So this would have been easier. But that's I forgot. So next time. Any more breaths? Slowly begin to slide the right leg back up. Send the left leg up. If you're off the wall, get tight to the wall again. And then if you use the block on your twist, now it goes off to the right side. Let the right leg fall first. Find its range. And then chin falls left and left leg follows the right. Just breathe deep. Bring your chin up. Slowly draw the left leg up. And the right leg to follow. Take a second, neutralize. And then Supta Baddha Konasana on the wall. So just butterfly the feet one last time. Open the knees wide. The heels fall. Arms overhead making the same shape as legs. Just breathe here. Just notice how the body feels. If anything's still talking to you, start to quiet it down with your breath. Prepare yourself for final relaxation. Very slowly take your legs back up the wall. And up to you whether you want to keep legs at the wall for your Shavasana or away from the mat or away from the wall and find a regular Shavasana. Either one is fine. Just let yourself be heavy there, eyes closed. Slow the breath down. Long inhales, soft exhales. Stay in stillness as long as you wish. Whenever you decide to awaken, just do so slowly, no rush. Beautiful rest of your evening, great night. We'll be back at this tomorrow. of a power flow tomorrow evening. I'll post it. So thank you all for tuning in this evening. I'll see y'all again soon. Until then, namaste.
Oh, these lights look pretty in here.
It looks